Welcome to Art Ed Radio, the podcast for art teachers. This show is produced by the Art of Education, and this is an art history mystery. In October of 2025, 5 art teachers were selected for 2 days and nights of intensive professional development in New York City, surrounded by some of the most important artworks ever created. They explored the work of Vincent van Gogh, Salvador Dalí, and Frida Kahlo, and more recent artists such as Ana Mendieta, Felix González Torres, and Carol Walker. These 5 art teachers were granted something most people will never experience: private and unlimited access to the Museum of Modern Art after hours. For 2 nights, they would study masterpieces, create their own, and reflect on the power of teaching art. Everything was going great, until a Salvador Dalí masterpiece went missing. The morning began with a look behind the scenes at the museum and a time for the art teachers to get to know each other.
Hi, I'm Lavender Montgomery, one of the gallery directors here at the MoMA. Welcome. We are so excited to have you all here. I know you've been talking online for the past couple of months, but now that we're here in person, can we have everyone introduce themselves?
Hi, I'm Delilah Rose, Mrs. Rose to my kiddos. I teach K-5 art at Meadowlark Elementary in Cedar Falls, Iowa. This is my 18th year, and oh my goodness, when I got that acceptance email, I squealed loud enough to scare the janitor. I specialize in messy magic. Tempera, tissue paper, glue sticks, glitter. That's my kingdom. I just believe every child deserves to feel creative, you know? Coming to MoMA is like, wow, it's like seeing the Sistine Chapel, but with better lighting. I've never even been in New York before. This is going to be life-changing.
Oh my God, Delilah, you're like the real life Miss Frizzle. I love everything that's happening here. Okay, Queen Slay. Madison Periwinkle here. I'm so excited to be going live from the MoMA. I teach at Redwood High in Portland. Oh, that's Oregon if you're not like up with the slang. But I'm also your friendly neighborhood artfluencer at Perry Art Classroom. 94,000 followers on Insta. 338K on TikTok, and 500,000 across all platforms, but who's counting? I wanted to come to the MoMA because it's like so iconic. Warhol, Picasso, Matisse. I mean, come on. It's like Baychella, but for art. And let's be honest, it's going to be amazing content.
Solomon Ochre. I teach advanced studio art and AP art history at Bishop Arts Magnet, Austin, Texas. My students have taken national awards 7 years in a row. My students work in series. We study contemporary trends. We push limits. I did bring a few student portfolios. Just my gold key winners and national finalists. I thought you all might be able to learn something from what I'm doing in my classroom. MoMA reached out to say they wanted me to come here. What's that? I mean, yes, I applied, of course, but I like to think that I was already on their radar.
Hi, Amber Russell. I teach middle school art at North Point Prep in Tempe, Arizona, 7th and 8th grade. Basically, I get paid to dodge glitter bombs and interpret anime sketches. My specialty, not yelling when someone dumps an entire box of markers into the sink. But seriously, I lean into digital media, Photoshop basics, some animation, stuff they can actually use. Why am I here? Free trip, free food, PD hours. Yeah.
Robert Celadon. I teach drawing, oil painting, and art history at Fairmont Collegiate in Providence, Rhode Island. I've been teaching for, well, longer than most of you have been alive. And I still believe in traditional art making, the value of history, and the genius of the Renaissance. My specialty is discipline, craft, the lost art of technical skill, Art forgery and art heists are of interest to me. I'm currently researching how the Scream was stolen twice, less than 10 years apart. I came to MoMA because it's sacred ground, and if I can contribute to meaningful conversations here, it will be worth the time.
The day continued with some time to explore the museum and the chance for participants to interact with the art. The first stop was Gallery 2, Self-Representation and Identity. In front of Frida Kahlo's self-portrait with cropped hair, the teachers were invited to sit, reflect, and respond to the painting.
Now, this is obviously a very powerful work. I'd like you to look, think, and write about this question. What parts of yourself do you teach through art? And how do your students respond? Delilah?
I teach kids that it's okay to be messy, that sadness and joy can live in the same drawing. Frida shows that. She's not afraid of being complicated.
Solomon?
I tell my students, don't just paint your face, paint your conflict. Kahlo didn't just paint what she saw, she painted what she endured.
Madison?
I ask my students to show their aesthetic truth. It might be their wardrobe, their hair, their voice. Identity isn't fixed, it's curated.
Amber?
So my kids mostly draw themselves as dragons or sad anime characters, but both are totally valid.
Robert?
This portrait, it's honest, raw, symbolic, and it reminds me art should disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. I quote that often.
The conversation continued a while longer before the teachers moved on to another powerful work, this one from Felix Gonzalez Torres.
Next, we'll visit Untitled, Portrait of Ross in LA. This is a poignant, meaningful resemblance of the artist's partner, a shimmering pile of wrapped candies, each piece a memory. Our activity will be to write a moment of joy from your teaching life on a slip of colored paper and add it to our growing installation.
Oh my God, this is so beautiful. I'm captioning this. Teaching is giving a part of yourself away, one sweet moment at a time. Ugh, I love that. Okay. Hashtag powerful, hashtag poignant.
Robert, your thoughts?
It's conceptual, but still compelling. I respect it. I wrote about the first time a student mixed ultramarine and burnt sienna and called it Stormlight. That was a moment.
And Delilah?
It's a very, very powerful piece.
I wrote about the first time a student's portfolio was accepted to RISD. She cried. I didn't. But I was proud.
And Amber?
I don't know if I have those moments of joy or whatever. I wrote when no one ate the modeling clay this year. That counts, right?
The group's third stop was upstairs in Gallery 12. This is one of the most popular stops for museum attendees, as it houses some of the most famous paintings in the MoMA's collection. After some time strolling around the gallery, where Salvador Dalí's The Persistence of Memory is on display, the teachers were given 15 minutes to create a surrealist sketch.
Okay, everybody, the prompt here is, what do your teaching challenges look like in a dream? Delilah, this is interesting. Could you explain it to us?
I drew a kid riding a giant glue stick, like a horse, through a field of exploding glitter. It's maybe more accurate than I'd like to admit.
Solomon, talk me through this drawing. It's incredible.
Mine is a staircase that leads to a blank canvas that never fills. You keep climbing, the canvas keeps growing. I assume you can pick up on the metaphor.
Okay, so Solomon is an artist for sure. His skill is out of this world. That staircase to the blank canvas was honestly one of the best drawings I've ever seen. Mine is just me screaming while TikToks play on a loop in a hallway made of Chromebooks.
I drew a Renaissance studio, upside down with modern distractions swarming around it. Phones, emojis, vapes, noise, tablets, earbuds, hormones. The joys of teaching these days.
Madison, describe this for us.
I sketched a ring light floating over an ocean made of brushstrokes. There's a giant like button in the sky. I mean, that's not how it feels for me sometimes.
Robert, tell us more.
But I appreciate that we have some time with this incredible painting. When you talk about the epitome of surrealism or the masterpieces of the 20th century, this painting has to be part of the conversation. I can't even put it into words how we should value a work like this.
Robert keeps talking about how this painting is irreplaceable, and I just get that Beyonce song stuck in my head. To the left, everything you own in a box to the left.
I snuck in a selfie with the melting clocks and it's doing numbers. It's a painting that everyone knows, even if you don't know about art, so the likes are like rolling in. Do you think they'll let me go live with the Dalí in the background?
I wish more people would just spend time with the paintings in front of them. Fewer photos, fewer selfies, just contemplation. And the chance to notice all the details in the work, the mastery of the artists. I think everyone gets more out of their visit to the museum that way.
The interesting thing to me is the ability to be so close to these works. After the Gardner Museum heist and so many thefts, you would think museums would take their security more seriously. Van Gogh, Rembrandt, Matisse, all of the works that have been stolen and never found. Yet, they think a few security cameras and a minimum wage guard will protect the priceless collection.
As the evening wound down, the teachers were free to explore the artworks further. They had access to the entire museum.
I need to go see Van Gogh. Starry Night is my favorite. Did you know that I have a puzzle of that painting? My students love it so much.
I'm going live starting now. Hey besties, I'm inside the MoMA and it's totally empty. I could live here. Okay, tell me, what paintings do you want to see?
Delilah, can I come with you? I'd like to be literally anywhere else right now.
Solomon, we should do some sketches of the sculptures up on the 5th floor.
Of course! I love Brancusi. And I think there are a couple of Duchamp pieces up there I'd want to see.
Agreed, and I feel like we are both deserving of some time alone with a masterpiece.
After a short walk and short conversation, Amber is the first to leave. Delilah sticks around longer because, hey, it's the MoMA, and who knows when she'll ever get the chance to come here again. Madison wraps up the live stream, takes a number of selfies near some of the more famous works, and heads for the exits as well. Robert, satisfied with his sketches, begins heading to a show. Solomon decides he wants to see some lithographs before he goes, making his way down the stairs. But just after 9 p.m., something changed.
I was cleaning up our supplies for the evening, and as I turned the corner, my heart stopped. The persistence of memory, the Dalí painting we just talked about earlier today, it was missing.
The realization came slowly. As unbelievable as it may be, a masterpiece had vanished.
What? No. Oh my gosh, how could this have happened?
One of the teachers had to be the thief. But which one of them would do such a thing? And how did they do it?
It took me longer than I'd like to admit to figure out what was going on, but as soon as my head cleared, I notified security.
My name is Berg Phillips. It's short for Burgundy, but everyone just calls me Berg. I've been working overnight security at the MoMA for like 7 or 8 weeks now. Might be the longest I've had a job, to be honest.
I radioed Berg, and they called the police immediately. Berg is, to put it generously, not the best as a security guard, but I can trust them to at least make a phone call.
I guess I didn't call them like right then, but I did call.
What's your emergency?
Lavender told me that a painting is missing. This is Berg from the MOA, by the way. Oh, I don't know which one. I guess I didn't ask. Do you want me to ask?
No, please, stay on the line with me. But I need you to lock the doors and make sure no one leaves.
My name is Kelly Green. This is my brother Forrest. We are both detectives in the 17th Precinct in Manhattan.
We got a strange call at 9:03 p.m. about a painting that had gone missing. We would eventually find out that it was one of the most famous paintings in the entire collection.
We told them to keep everyone in place, and we headed straight over.
Detectives, thank you so much for coming so quickly. We had 5 teachers here originally, but Madison, Amber, and Robert have already gone. We have 3 missing teachers and 1 missing masterpiece.
Next time on an art history mystery.
8:49 p.m. The Dalí confirmed on the wall. By 8:57, it was gone. In that 8-minute window, every one of you gave us a different story.
I knew that the painting wasn't safe. I told them about the Gardner Museum heist. I told them, but of course, they didn't listen.
This is kind of giving Murder Mystery Party, but real.
If I were going to do it, it'd be for art's sake, like performance art. Temporary, disruptive, bold. But I didn't, obviously.
I'm not saying I would have done a better job at lifting that painting, but no, I didn't steal it.
Five art teachers, 5 stories. But when you place the evidence together, everything becomes clear.
Make sure you subscribe to Art Ed Radio so you don't miss next week's thrilling inclusion of an art history mystery.